Well, in all the hoopla that's surrounding Samsung and all of that jazz, a lot of people have forgotten about some really great devices that you can pick up extremely cheap in 2020. And I just happen to have one of them right here. This is the OnePlus 7T. What's up everybody, this is Scott. Welcome back to another video. So big thanks to Kevin the Tech Ninja, or AKA Poppy, for sending this over so I can check it out. So this has been something that's been my daily driver for the past couple weeks, almost a month or so. And I'll be honest with you, I am a Pixel 4 XL user, and this very nearly replaced my Google Pixel 4 XL as my daily driver. Right now, you can pick up this device for less than $500. And in the landscape of everything being over $1,000, the OnePlus 7T is one you should consider. So some quick tech specs about the OnePlus 7T. This is equipped with a Snapdragon 855 Plus. Now the version that I have is 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage space, which was more than enough for me, and I found the RAM to be extremely snappy. This is also a triple camera shooter that you can see here on the back with 48, 16, and 12 megapixels respectively. This goes from that ultra wide to the regular shot to more of the telephoto type photos. And I'm going to talk about the photos here in a little bit, but it is that triple camera setup that you have on the front. It is a 90 Hertz Fluid AMOLED 6.55 inch display. And as you can see on screen, the display is absolutely gorgeous. That is probably one of my most favorite things about the OnePlus 7T is the idea that you have that really nice teardrop little single dot that you have there at the top. This is equipped with Oxygen OS as well as Android 10, and honestly it gets its regular updates just like that of any OnePlus device. Now one thing about the screen, it is extremely vibrant, it is beautiful, it is super nice and fluid. I absolutely love the display itself, and it has inside the screen a fingerprint scanner. Now the idea is it also has a face detection, and you can see right here it actually is pretty quick on the face detection, but the idea is if you don't want to have to use the face detection, you can use your regular pen, as well as this very cool animation that you have here at the bottom to unlock your device with a thumbprint or a fingerprint. It is a in-screen fingerprint reader. The phone in regular person use is absolutely fantastic. It is snappy. It is everything that you would want with those 8 gigs of RAM, able to just chug through and keep a lot of different apps open. So I was super impressed by the way the OnePlus 7T was able to handle what I thought was a pretty heavy workload. I never had to worry at all about keeping all my apps open and really making it sluggish. Now, one thing that's a little bit of a disappointment is the fact that it doesn't come with wireless charging, but that's okay because it comes with warp charging. The fact that I can go and just warp charge this particular device and get a lot of juice within 30 to 45 minutes is really nice, but also the fact of the matter is the battery life is another one that's really good on this particular device. Hands down, the OnePlus 7T is much better than my Google Pixel 4 XL. Even with the same amount of use and the same apps, I find that I get a much better experience in terms of the battery with the OnePlus 7T. And again, that's at a fraction of the price for a Pixel 4 XL. So I talked about the display, I talked about the fingerprint reader, I talked about the battery life, I talked about the performance. Let's talk about the triple cameras that you have there on the back. Talked about having the ultra wide, the regular, and then the telephoto. The OnePlus 7T takes some exquisite photos. Now the video also has the ability to do 4K at 60 frames a second. And in one of my last videos where I talked about the Soundbox speaker, I specifically filmed that on a OnePlus 7T and embedded it inside of this. I'll show you a clip somewhere on the screen right now. You can see that with a little bit of post-production, I was able to basically hand-hold the OnePlus 7T, get 4K at 60 frames a second, get this really nice slow pan of the speaker, and it didn't really look that different compared to what I'm filming on right now, which is my Canon T7i. However, in the photos, that's where it gets a little bit different. Depending on the type of situation that you're in, I find the photos just to be okay. Now, I did load the Gcam modification, basically the Google camera that comes with the Pixel, inside the OnePlus 7T, and that made things a little bit better. But overall, from a portrait perspective, I found that it was maybe kind of searching a little bit more and left me lacking. And that's really kind of been the downfall of most OnePlus devices, is the camera is really what kind of hampers it a little bit. Now, for the average consumer, that might be okay, but for me, camera is my #1 selling point on any device that I have. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is hands down the king of video, and Google's really a third place behind it and the OnePlus 7T when it comes to video specifically. But when it comes to pictures, I find I enjoy the Pixel 4 XL and then the iPhone and then the OnePlus 7T, and that's predominantly the reason why it's not my daily driver. So you do have the option of doing the double tap to open it up, and I found sometimes the pictures are just slower than that of the iPhone and the Pixel 4 XL. Again, in comparison to those two, OnePlus really comes in third place. But that's the other thing about this, is the fact that this is now less than $500. I don't necessarily know if the price point really justifies the fact that it's now a situation where the pictures are that bad, if that makes sense. I say all of these things to basically tell you, for $500, you get a device that is exceptionally fast, charges brilliantly, has great battery life, is beautiful to look at, takes really decent to good pictures for a fraction of the cost compared to all these other flagships that you have today. If you do not already own an iPhone or a Pixel device and you're looking for your next Android device, the OnePlus 7T is the one that I would recommend hands down, and you can get it for less than $500. Why are you still watching this video at this point? You should be going out and buying a OnePlus 7T. So that's it. That's all I have. Welcome to the new studio. This is going to be a lot of videos that are shot here. Live shows every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below, and we will see you next time.